All right, so just in terms of looking ahead to the spring game, what do you want to see out of your defense?
Well, we're going to probably, like we always do, going to probably hold some of them out. We'd like to see what we did not see the first two scrimmages, and that's some young guys making some strides. And, I don't have any clue what he's planning on arranging for the format, but whatever happens, we got to get some kids improving it, and those young kids. And it's been kind of slow sledding.
So how beneficial that we'll have 2 more practices next week, a little different?
Well, one of them's in T-shirts, so I don't know what we'll get out of that. But probably put down T-shirts tonight. But, we won't get much out of that one. The other one, again, it's just, I know it sounds like a tape recording, but we just got to keep working these young kids. We got some critical guys up front in the interior, and some DBs, obviously, they're getting a lot of repetition, and hopefully they're benefiting from it. But it's been slow sledding.
You feel like your defensive line, though, is finally starting to look like what an SEC defensive line should look, not only from the first starters, but also your backups as well?
Well, I hope so. I don't know. That's a hard statement to respond to. We've got 2 freshmen in there right now that are not nearly ready to play. And I know they're talented guys. I know they're trying hard. Get a little bit of depth at defensive end. Probably got some guys coming in that are going to add to that too. But you don't want to count on freshmen. You want to come out of spring feeling like you could line up and play tomorrow. And with Travian out, Jared O's made a lot of improvement. He really has. But the young ones have been really struggling.
With Garcia's situation the way it is, if he's not back here in the fall, does that change the importance of the defense in terms of how you guys have to perform next season because the offense might take a step back?
Oh, I don't have a clue. I mean, really, it's a question I don't really want to get into because I don't really know what's going on with it. I don't know what the actual stipulations are involving. So, I mean, we could talk about any player on the team not being here. But it'd be something to do what your quarterback can do best, I guess.
After the last 2 scrimmages, you expressed some disappointment or whatever at some of the young defensive backs. Watching the tape from the scrimmage last Saturday, what did you see, and did they show any progress out here tonight?
There's some individual flashes of progress, but overall, I've been very concerned about it.
Yeah.
And same thing with the interior, young guys up front. Don't have any young linebackers, but and the Spurs are older kids too. But the main ones have been the 2 young tackles and the guys out back.
Right.
And it's just been kind of up and down all spring. Haven't gotten, I don't think, the steady improvement from any one guy that you'd say, hey, he's crossed the threshold. It's still a work in progress.
What exactly are you going to do at linebacker spot for the spring? It must be Rodney out, Way out, and I know and Quinn's behind the casting. You're just going to try to throw DeMario out there and let him go play as many snaps as he can, or what?
Yeah, DeMario and Lonzo. Probably let Shaq do a little something. He wants to do something. I'm not going to let him have very many reps, but I don't want him to get too rusty. And then Quinn needs all he can get. He's still a young player and experience. And Reggie Bowens had a good scrimmage last week, and I knock on wood, I hope he's not teasing us. I hope Reggie's made some strides. But I don't have any young guys to play. By young, I mean brand new. But I've certainly got 4 guys who haven't played a lot of football that can get some.
In the past, you described Reggie as probably the most physically gifted linebacker that you have. Has he shown flashes of that? In the fall?
I mean, if you just talk about size and speed and all that, Reggie's made good progress this spring. And frankly, his progress previous to this was hampered by injuries.
Right.
Just about every so often he get an injury to keep him out and stop his progress. So hopefully this spring has been a good continuous work for him. This spring will be something he'll improve and move on from that.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
Coach, you talked about the safeties, but are the young corners, Kadarius and Legree, are they coming along the way you want?
A little bit. Jimmy's had a pretty good spring. He had class tonight, so he didn't get to work.
Right.
And I wish he would have, because we tried to work a lot of young ones. Kadarius has been pretty good. We've been somewhat pleased with all those young freshmen, but it hadn't been consistently getting better. It's been up and down, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But Jimmy's had a pretty good spring, and I don't look at him as a young guy. He's been here 2 years, and so has Corey Addison. And it's time for them to contribute. And I think Jimmy's had a pretty good spring. Corey Addison hasn't gotten many reps at all due to the fact he's been injured. We were going to maybe look at Jimmy at some safety the last 3 or 4 practices, but now we probably just leave him at corner.